Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Hello? Hello, hello? Oh man, this is really loud. What is going on with my audio settings? Hello, Insectlo. Hold on. I gotta... God, that is really loud. Let me turn that way down. We can turn this back up a little bit, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot, yeah, when I was tweaking my audio settings, for some reason, Windows just jacked up my volume to 100. And then I turned it down on my little speaker box, my little audio input. Anyway, check it out. I made an overlay. I made an intro overlay. How fancy. How fancy. Should probably not capture my cursor though. Look at that. Look at that. Too easy. Anyways, let's get started. Let's just turn on a few things first. A few important ones, like this one. Oh, actual stream overlay. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go here. Huzzah! We're back. Back to the world of the living, and we can turn this off. It's just another Godot overlay. You can't keep getting away with it. Or it's just another. It's basically like a miniature game inside of whatever this is. What am I doing with my life? Yeah. So what we're going to be doing today is working through some much needed improvements, I guess, on OpenCFace GD. You know, I did try to blast this out. I realized that for the last release, I just kind of totally forgot to actually advertise this at all, like I usually do. Like for version 0.60, made a few posts, or made a post on Reddit, blasted it out to Twitter, all that good stuff. But this time I didn't. I don't know why. It's very strange. Very strange. Anyways, looks like my post on Reddit got up to 200 upvotes. It's hard, man. It's hard. You gotta play the Twitter game, which I don't know how to play. I'm very bad at it. But what we're trying to do today is a pretty big one, pretty big part, which is 1, camera select, and 2, I'll need to port that over to the new stuff. So like the new stuff is VSS, the successor to this program, since I don't know, people seem to want it, so and by people I mean like someone who is interested in helping out the project and all that. So it's tough though. It's tough. So let's get to it. I do like how it was pretty easy to add in or just make a new overlay, but you know, sometimes life is really easy. Sometimes it's really tough. So let's see. Let's start working on some stuff. You know what? I wonder. You know, I just recently found out that there's a Godot Discord. What if I just post my stream link there? I don't know. Some people seem to do it fairly often. I generally have a more lax approach to stream whatevers. let's see if I can't game the system. I do realize I need to play the Twitter, or not the Twitter, the whatchamacallit? Whatever stream, I don't know. Hello, hello. Wick. What is wick? Is that that sounds a little lewd with no context. I think it's basically LOL in Indonesian. Really? Is it? I suppose. I don't really know how to say LOL in Indonesian. All I know is saya makan sup daging. I don't know. Saya bukan pintar. That's not even that's not even Indonesian. That's a straight up Japanese, dog. Hey, you know, we're trying to you know. This is a Dorito chip. You know what? Corporate shill detected. I always knew you were a corporate shill. How far some have fallen. I'm very disappointed in you. Thank you for redeeming a hydrate, dead sec. Insect, I'm sorry. I'm trying to use your new name. Ugh. Ugh. Yum. I suppose it's funny that you, yesterday, I think it was you who mentioned, sake. That's actually what I've been hydrating off of over the, I guess, the past 30 minutes when I was working on that little, little intermission screen. Yeah. I've been sipping on some kikusue. I don't know how to read the first character. I know the second character is shui in Chinese. So I guess sue, kikusue makes sense. Don't recognize the first character though. It's some wild stuff. It has the character for me. Okay, well, get the character for rice, which is pronounced as me. I don't know. Like at first glance, a lot of, you know, Chinese characters or what's it called, kanji, Japanese kanji, which is just ancient Chinese, by the way, appear to be mostly random, but they're really not. So if you kind of know what the smaller building blocks mean, you can kind of guess as to like how to pronounce the word and what it might mean. Whenever people said that, I always took them like you're actually crazy, right? But the more characters I learn, I'm like, wow, you know what? There might be something to it. I mean, it's still like a really garbage way of writing because it's just you need to memorize every single character. But on the other hand, it's kind of cool. It's like, wow, you know, this character has the radicals. They're called radicals, by the way, for, you know, water droplet. I wonder if this character has anything to do with water. I was like, oh, wow. You know. Well, I guess technically the character for water has no water droplets in it, but like, ignore that. You know. Water. Wator. Sorry, I don't pronounce the T in water. I'm too good for that. Alright, so this is gonna be tough. So what I want to do is extend my XML system to accept drop-down options. So I wonder if there's a way to do that in XML. This might be a bit jank. So here we have, you know, this is our XML file for tracking.xml, which you can kind of see here. So, hello, Needle Mouse. How are you doing tonight? Booty. All right, both of you get bonked. I cannot stand to associate myself with you, cretins. Extremely lewd. Oh, hold on. They are horny. Yeah, dude. Horned up on a Wednesday night. I've been there, man. I've been there many a time. But that's kind of behind me now. Yeah. So right here, this is the camera select. Right now, it's just a label plus a button that doesn't do anything. I think something like a really easy solution would be to just hook this up, this button right here, hook it up to some sort of pop-up function, so it'll, you know, kind of like how view licenses work. So this is the license stuff. Look at this. I think this is, yeah, this is actually slightly outdated. Hold on. Open CFHGD, resources. Let's grab the licenses and we'll just drag it into export. Slap it into here. Look at that. It is beautiful. Kryta 5 makes me happy. It's good. What's the current version of Kryta? I don't think I have Kryta installed on this, yeah. Haven't used Kryta in a little bit. Look at that. So my first idea for licenses or for camera select was to do something like view licenses, so we just pop up a new window and then you'll need to select something. That doesn't feel like a good solution though. So what I'm thinking, right, is here we'll have something like drop down. And I also learned somewhat recently that I'm not following the spec. I mean, I knew I wasn't following the XML spec to begin with, but it's okay, we don't need to follow it. Godot 5 was in beta, I think it's far better now in my opinion. It's been a little bit since I've messed with Kryta, but been a little bit. I think it is neat how it is, you know, free and open source. I'm not really an artist, as you may have heard a few times. Oh, actually, there's one thing I need to do really quick when doing the GUI parsing. So, this is something I learned today, that there's a, right here, this is no longer valid. Oh, it is empty, it's just a property, by the way. Is that me? So we need to do and data get, hold on, this is one of the XML parser things. So XML parser is a very low level class in Godot. Yeah. So it needs to be get node type. Get node type is equal to XML parser dot, what is the thing I'm looking for? It's the node element, so it has to be an open element. Yeah, got a free C++ book today. C++, I feel, I'm very sorry. You've been cursed with the knowledge of C++. Which version of C++ was it? Was it like C++ like 2000, was it 2003? Then there's 2011, then C++ 2017, and then they're coming out with 2021 somewhat soon. Or is it already out? I don't know. Make the duck art program, will be amazing. Change the art community forever. You know, technically there's already a duck art program. I made this. Have you seen this yet? I believe you were here for it. This tool. Look at this. Look at this. It is truly the art program of your dreams. It's the color typewriter. Look at that, it's beautiful. Turn back on the cursor so we can see where we are. Look at that. It's not the latest version that's on GitHub, unfortunately. The latest version on GitHub allows you to actually skip to the next line as opposed to just needing to mash the spacebar rapidly. I thought this was neat though. Look at this. What's the latest version of C++? I think it's C++ 21. Yeah. I think it's C++ 21. I mean, you can like look it up, right? Like, I'm not a C++ programmer. Latest version C++. Is it 21? Oh, it's 20. Oh, I got it wrong. I'm bad with numbers. Yeah, C++ 20, and then they're coming out with 23 at some point. Sounds painful anyways. I know C++ 17 was a thing for a little bit. Anyways, I think Godot is moving to C++, was it 13 or 11? It's one of those numbers. Alright, so let's do this. We do need to check for open elements. Absolutely not. Oh, read node gives you, what does read node give you? I've made a huge mistake. XML parser. Read node, oh geez. All right, I remember now, what did I call it? GUI parser, GUI file parser, GUI file parser. Read node gives you a node data. Node data. What the heck is a node data? Oh, jeez. No, wait. Yeah, this should totally work, right? This is a node element. Is empty. Oh. Oh. See, I don't even know how my code works. I was trying to help some people out with this earlier. I was like, why doesn't this work? Oh wait. Imagine a programming language called my balls language. With Godot we call Ligdot. Ligdo. Ligdo's nuts? I don't know. You're not gonna get me with a Ligma, I'm sorry. I will never get got by a Ligma. It's impossible. Simply inconceivable. Let's see. So actually, this is true. For some reason in Godot 4, this actually breaks. I don't know why this breaks in Godot 4, this line right here. So GUI parser read node, this is actually my own class. Which is why I wasn't matching up with the documentation. Very nice, very nice. And then returns this data structure with this stuff. So it has a data inside of it. Serious, no jokesies? Well, that's good because there's no jokes allowed in chat. Only serious discussions only about ligmas. Possibly sugmas. Maybe some sawcons, dragmas. I don't know. You know, how about you research a Ligma language and get back to me. Go on, give that a Google. Requisite, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not responsible for any sort of lewdness you may or may not find on the interwebs. So drop down. What do we want for drop down? So there's a few things that we need to create here. So there's name. So this is just camera select. That's pretty easy. And then most of these need to correspond to a data point or an event. That's a bit tough. That's a bit tough. I wonder, does Godot expose the capability to, I guess, query your cameras? It must be like something like OS camera, right? So is there like a camera? Serious. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. How does Mario say it? Godot get cameras. Get current camera. Gets webcam. So this is what I'm looking for. I only have one Chrome instance open. What kind of madman am I? How to get camera server? What is this? Server keeping track of different cameras? Oh no, this is like a... Wait. This isn't stable? What is this? You're able to do this in Godot? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Can Godot do AR? Oh no. Is there a way to access and display a webcam signal? Oh. Let's see. That's not me. Ooh. Is it? Who is this? Oh geez. Oh, I've seen that video before. Hey. Let's see. How do you get webcam? Or just like any camera that's hooked up? Is it really like the camera server? Yeah, what I'm thinking I might do is I already have this functionality kind of built in to a lot of the XML files. Madness Combat Project Nexus game is on Steam now. Madness? Is that the... That's like the Flash kind of Madness stuff, right? Madness Combat. Oh, I don't know what this is. Oh no, yeah, this is Madness. Look at that. That looks cool, actually. I like Madness. Or it's... I shouldn't say I like Madness, but it's very nostalgic, let's say. Watched a lot of those like Madness animations when I was a kid. Let's see, add feed. Add a camera feed to the camera server. Returns the camera feed. How do I know about the camera feed? Camera feed? Camera feed gives you access to a single physical camera attached to your device. What is this? I've never seen this. Camera server, camera texture. 3D now, it's just released today. Oh baby. Unfortunately, my Steam backlog is a bit high. I have a lot of things I would like to play. Like, I still need to play through Death Stranding on the PS4. Like, I got a PS4 pretty much just to play Death Stranding. And then I moved, and then I just never really touched it again. Then I just played Nier Automata for the rest of the time. Nier Automata, 10 out of 10 game. Love it. Fantastic piece of software. Okay, let's do this. So in order to grab your, I guess, camera feed, there's a few things we'll need to do. By the way, I don't really play games on stream. I think even though I like to talk during my games, or like, be like, what is this, etc., I don't think it would be very interesting. Anyways, I already have like a kind of a running streak of not, you know, not playing games on stream. Like, I think out of a lot of the programming streams on Twitch, I'm one of the few that has never played has never streamed a video game. Which, you know what, at this point, I'm gonna chalk that up as a win. I'm gonna chalk it up as a win. So, you know, because I feel like playing games, that's kind of like my free time, right? Not saying like this isn't my free time, but I am trying to keep focused. That is like the big thing about streaming, right? Is that it keeps me focused because, you know, when I was a wee lad, my desk was actually in front of my mom's desk. Like, my mom sat like pretty much right behind me, and actually sat right behind a lot like my brothers, right? So it was weird, so they could just monitor what we were doing, and I absolutely hated that. But now I'm kind of seeing like, I mean, now that I have more autonomy over my life, I think it was actually a good thing. If you have a chance, play the game. Play the demo, it's amazing. 7 years in development, now it's here. Death is the only choice now. It's a good elevator pitch. Might need to work on I guess the selling points a little bit. I rate it 8 out of 8. Pretty great, mate. Death is the madness. You know what? I think you convinced me to add this to my list, though. I didn't know that this was even in development, so you know what? Let's log in on my Steam. Oh, all right, we won't log into my Steam. Apparently, I'm not logged in. Yeah, I'll add it to my list. How does that sound? How does that sound? So are you ready for this though, by the way? This is not gonna be very good. So bum bum bum. I think we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We might need this. There's a few things we don't really need. There's a lot of cleanup, and I need to like just test this kind of off stream to see if it actually works. That's tough. That's tough. Like this, I'm pretty sure is unused as well. But it would also just completely break my current face tracking. Huh. What we're gonna do here, right? So this function here, this script here actually is loaded at runtime, and then what I'm gonna do is just immediately discard it as well. So you can, the way it works is here. So where is it? It's not generate GUI element. It's one of these. Read file. Yeah, so if it's view and if the view has a script, then we just try to run it basically. I think base view, yeah. And if base view has a script attached to it, then we run it, which is just bizarre. It's just bizarre. But I think I'm actually going to do something like this. Yeah. So let's do bum bum bum. So this script will be attached to the view, and that's fine because it's just a GUI element, so it doesn't need to be super high performance as long as it's not called every single frame. If it is, then it's going to be very low performance, but so it goes. So it goes. There was one programmer in the Creator of Madness did the 3D modeling and stuff. Well, I mean, like, Madness, like, isn't a very complicated art style. It's very stylized for sure, right? I think, like, you kind of saw when I was making assets, I kind of make assets in the Madness format, we'll say. So we go to, well, I don't really have anything here. I don't know. I don't have a project open to show you, but you know, the art style is pretty basic, but also pretty stylized. So it's not a lot of complicated modeling, right? It's, you know, just you know, an oblate spheroid with a hat, more or less. Basic texturing, but then you have the kind of stylized, they're called stencils, I think, when you dynamically assign like textures to a model at runtime, something like that. All right, so I need to figure out what I'm doing here, by the way. This is gonna be tough. So this is like camera server. Yeah, camera server. Give me this stuff. How do I figure out the camera feed? So camera feed, feed is active, get name, get position. How do I know what camera feeds I have? How would I ever figure out what feeds are available? What? Godot engine, how to use webcam, camera server. Hey. What is this? It's basically Rayman? What do you mean it's basically Rayman? Rayman is, Rayman's a bit more complicated than Madness models, right? Rayman actually has like a face and facial features. I guess the similarity is that they don't really have like the in-betweens. They don't really have a forearm, no biceps or triceps. They just have hands. Get feed counts. Okay, so let's just run this really quick. This is pretty quick. So this is camera server get feed counts. So let's just print this really quick. It won't really do anything. But you know, we're just trying to see if it'll work and see if there should be just one feed count that it gives me when it prints. Okay. Non-exist. Okay, what was the? Oh geez. That's tough, man. That's tough. So generate UI element. So this is in tracking XML, and then something broke. Of course. Nothing can ever be that easy. I understand. Let's see. Glade Parsher, we're good. Match, okay, so it's on the drop down. And then apparently I did not handle this. Oh, you know what? Generate UI elements. There is no event. Yeah, okay. So drop down does need to have an event we do connect to. So let's just return for now. Just don't do anything. Oh, we can't do that. We can't do that. The legs and stuff are mushed into one. I think the style of Madness is really suits a violent and gory setting. The character is basically punching back to the thing about. Yeah. It's a punching bag with a head, so. I'm familiar. It's a punching bag with like, do they actually, I remember Madness interactive stuff not having like connected hands and feet, right? Like they were almost literally just punching bags. Like, and they had like a, isn't it like just a crosshair on their head as well? I feel like that's what I remember them being. Maybe I'm wrong. base element. Yeah, this is a base element. So here, this is your base element. And then a drop down. What do we want to have in a drop down? So this will be your drop down element. Yeah, there we go. So how did I do the other elements, by the way? Something that you never want to hear. How did this work again? Let's see. This would probably have to be probably like a menu element, right? Menu button, possibly? How does a menu button work? I see. Drop down element. This inherits from a base element, of course. Creates, yeah, I think so. Yeah. So you think about it, it's actually kind of like sinister, right? Is that if you live in this world, you're like automatically born with like a target just in the middle of your face. And so you're just born to get blasted. You hate to see that, dog. You hate to see that. It's a very sad story. Very sad story. Onready var. This is your menu button. Alright, there we go. Then button element. Alright, so there's a few things that we need to change for menu buttons. Right. So there's a pop-up menu that we need to connect to once you click on it, and that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough. Get pop-up. Get rid of all of this stuff. So we just need to view menu button and then pop-up menu. So we want to connect to about to show. So let's get rid of most of these. Base file pop-up, no. Config manager, bum. Okay, cool. So these are just the things that we need to view. So there's the menu button, drop down element. So we have the menu button. So here we can do menu button, connect about to show. Oh, hold on. Self on about to show. This is just the standard naming syntax for, you know, connecting to things or generating connecting functions. You know, I think I tend to prefer doing everything via code, because when you mix, you know, editor-specific stuff with code-specific stuff, it becomes hard to figure out, you know, where things happen. Not sure if that makes sense or not. But you'll do on, about, to show. So this is our callback. You need to look at what it actually generates. So this one generates, yeah, generates a nothing. So what do we want to do here? Returns the pop-up menu contained in this button. Oh, you know what? Probably don't even want this, right? Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Hold on. What if we do var pop-up menu is equal? So this is the pop-up menu is equal to menu button. You got pop-up. Phenomenal. And then here, all we need to do is add pretty much all the items. And we'll just add them all in order. So it's gonna be like add item. So most people will only have one camera to select at a time. Although if you have an external webcam connected to your laptop, then you'll have 2 items. Or if you have like a fancy streaming setup, so you like have connected like a DSLR or something to your system, as well as just having a regular video chat webcam, then you'll have 2 cameras available. Some people might have 3, I have no idea. You know? I think it's a bit bizarre that you have so many things plugged into your computer, but so it goes. Let's try to handle everything. So, pop-up menu. That's tough though, that's tough. So each base element, what do we have access to? So we have the parent. What is the parent? Now, that's something I don't really remember. So if we go into GUI, we go into here, create GUI element, all the way down here, results dot parent. All right, so result dot parent gets the self. Okay. Okay, I see. So what we can do is, I mean, that still doesn't really help me. That still doesn't really help me. That's tough. Right. I'm realizing that there's now a data flow problem that I need to solve. Or what if I do, like, I always have access to the base view, right? Yeah. I always have access to the base view. So I could always just add another field to base element. So this is the parent, which is just the GUI. And then inside here, like, we have another variable called base view, which accepts, I guess, the containing view, which also gives you access to the script. I'm liking it. And then we call setup. Oh, actually, that's tough though. That's tough because I've now run into a timing problem as well. Let's not do that then. So the idea was, what if I add like just a field called like var base view, so the containing view, more or less. So this would be like something like containing view, and then here in this kind of, I guess, fall through function, the default function, we set the base view, so element.base view or containing view is equal to this base view, and so this is just a big for loop, and then inside of that there's a while loop where we generate every single UI element. So we could give it a reference to the base view, but the problem is that the base view doesn't get set up until way later, but each element actually gets set up pretty much immediately, more or less. So there's a timing issue. You know, which one gets set up first? That's tough. So I could do something like this. So instead of calling base view setup afterwards, we could do something like this. So immediately set up the base view so that it just fires right away. And then whenever we create a new element, we'll assign it its containing view, which will be the base view. You know, call deferred, and then here, get tree yield idle frame. We wait for all of them to be ready. And then in this drop-down element, we access the base view. The base view, tracking GD, will get the feed counts. You see what I'm kind of getting at there? Yeah, I like that. I think. I'm not sure if I actually like that, but I think it's an interesting idea that I'm going to go with because I don't really have a better idea. Do I have base? No, I don't have a base view. Base. Nope, no base view. All right, so this, we'll just duck type it at this point. Base view. There's some sort of control. It's not super helpful, but whatever. So here, this one's pretty easy to assign. We'll just do elements.base view. Can I do base? This is base element. I can guarantee that this will be a base element, so then we'll start to get some static typing established here, and then this one will be containing view is equal to base view, right? And then here we call setup only if it has a script associated with it. So you comment this part out. We just call setup immediately. I think that makes sense. And then here we'll call blah, blah, blah. You know, this is really the only place where there is a setup function anyways. Like model.gd does exist, which is another custom script, but it all it does is print out something. Well, technically this also just prints out something, but this one prints out something more dynamic. Yeah, so that should be fine, I think. That should be fine. I'm trying to, I think another point of refactoring that would be nice to do is instead of doing this kind of weird signal callback thing, and the reason why I do this is because I think a while ago I was overusing pub subs, a publish subscribe pattern, in a lot of my applications. So publish subscribe works if you, I guess, things absolutely do not know about each other. But if things do know about each other, then you should use Godot's internal signaling system, since that's a bit faster. However, here, nothing knows about each other. So this is one of the few instances where using a pub sub actually makes more sense. So, you know, guess what? You done messed up, son. So let's go into copy path. We'll add one of these. This is pretty ugly, but there's not really a better way around it. So this is drop down element, some sort of resource. It's actually a packed scene, but let's not mention that for now. So result is equal to drop down element instance. And that's pretty much it. Now we do need to go into tracking.xml. We do need to add an event to it. So this is like events, like camera. I'm just gonna call it camera select. So that's camera select. Data. Camera select, I guess, and then I guess this one can just, we only need to define stuff inside of it. So let's do all of this. Comment out these lines. So we don't need the label camera select, and we also don't need a button. Well, we might need this. We might need that. There we go. So we'll keep the camera select. And then the drop-down button will just be its kind of its own thing, right? So camera select, and then this drop-down will have a name camera select as well. Does that make sense? So drop-down element, there is no label. Most of these elements define their own label. So what if we do? What if we do this? Yeah, what if we get rid of this label here? Goodbye. Then this one becomes a VBox container that contains a label, of course, and the menu button. VBox container, of course, takes up the entire space. Menu button, I guess we'll just take up the rest of the space. That's fine. These all look really ugly right now because I don't have a default theme applied to every menu or every element. So the default theme is actually, it's almost like in a CSS style. So it's a, if you apply it to like a big parent element, it will apply to all the children elements as well. So I've opted not to specifically set it for every single child element. Instead, just use the inheritance property of theming to make it work for me. So here, button element. Let's see. This needs to be we have a label. So onReady var label, some sort of label, and this will be VBox container label. This one needs to actually change to VBox container menu Buton. There we go. And then now here we'll have access to the containing view. And then I think I can guarantee that the containing view will run beforehand. But right now we just won't do anything for now, right? We won't do anything for now, because that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. But, I think I can do one of these. So inside of base element, we have a data bind. So inside of here, we can match on the data bind. So we'll do like a match data bind, and then I guess you just more or less have to hook it up manually, or I guess not manually, but explicitly hook up every single data bind that you want for a dropdown. I suppose I could make this more moddable by kind of writing in the specific logic inside of every single one of these tracking.gd. So these are loaded at runtime. And then, what if, here's a crazy idea. What if all this function, all this has inside of it is code to pull in more code from tracking.gd. So it kind of pulls in like the setup function or whatever from its specific tracking file. I think that will break a few things though. And it does kind of tie each element to its specific view, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It does make it harder to pass around elements, because right now you can slap elements wherever you want, and it will more or less just kind of work. That's something I'm kind of into. It's something I'm kind of into. You know? Let's see. For now, I think we're just going to finish up this. So it has an event. I do need to get around to refactoring this signal broadcaster. So signal broadcaster will just change into a pub sub. That's gonna be pretty painful, but I think it's a necessary change because it's not great right now. You know, it's a very explicit way of doing a lot of tracking, or tracking values and all that, which is a bad thing. Broadcast camera select. So this value will be some sort of integer. Almost certainly will be some sort of integer. But we'll see. I don't know. It's hard to say, right? I haven't actually even seen like what does Godot give me for your cameras, for your camera inputs. Oh, hello, Moku Moku. I'm doing pretty well. How are you? How goes the VTubing life? Presumably on YouTube. Let's see, camera select, and then we'll just pass along this value. This needs to change. I should probably make the change before I actually implement camera select. Yeah. You know, actually today, I've been trying to, I guess, once again, work on the SEO of this project. So I'm trying to, post on Reddit, post the stuff on Twitter, etc. It's hard though, man. It's hard. It's weird. I don't know. I'm not great at social media, so which makes you sound like an old man, but I'm not actually that old. VTuber. I'm still focusing on edutainment videos with VTube mix in it. Produced my video last Friday. It's great. Very nice. Very nice. Edutainment. So what do you do edutainment on? I know that there's another chat regular, or irregular if you want, who does edutainment videos on like Linux stuff as a VTuber, which is kind of nice, and they've also done a few videos on this, which is always appreciated. What do we want? Random interesting videos? Oh baby. The best kind of videos? Who am I now? Oh baby. Must be a pretty tight-knit community then, huh? Everyone seems to know each other. Yeah, I'm not really plugged into the, I guess the wider VTuber community. I know about the big ones, you know, of course there's HoloLive, the gold standard for at least SEO. Everyone knows about them. And then there's Niji Sanji, which I think has the most. They just sponsor everyone. And then there's VShojo, which is the big one on Twitch. I mean, I knew him because of you. Oh, baby. Connecting people all over the internet. That's what I'm here for. I think this will just work now. So then I can actually start testing out kind of this weird code right here. This code that's loaded at runtime. So let's send it. No crashes. Alright, it's no crashing. Please. Oh, you know what? What if we do... I remember this was a problem before. Base view instance. That's tough. Yeah. Yeah, I do like random edutainment videos. I know that, I guess the more hardcore education community doesn't really like edutainment. Like when I was watching some video on like, I don't know. I'm trying to think what was the channel. It was like one of those kind of lights, like, I don't even know. But they were like, this is just edutainment. It doesn't really go in depth. And I was like, ah. I don't really care about going too much in depth, right? Like, you know, having a broad surface knowledge about a lot of things, you know, makes you a bit shallow for sure. I mean, that's what surface knowledge almost implies. However, you know, you gather enough surface knowledge about a topic, and you'll be able to hopefully piece together how deeper things inside the topic kind of link together, if that makes sense. Keep stable. I already knew. Started my computer science course. Hopefully I might understand you now. Ooh. Well, I think that's kind of thing, is that computer science is not super, well, I don't think actually computer science would really help you understand me all that much. Well, it's hard to say since I've never taken a computer science course. I have an interesting story I'm researching right now. Oh baby. I do love me some research. Yeah. What I do isn't really computer science. Like, I'm not really doing too many algorithms, right? That's what I feel like computer science really does, is like, oh, do you want to learn about data structures? If you ever looked at any of my data structures, they're just, you know, a thing has a thing. Phenomenal. It's not like, oh, how do you implement a linked list, you know? Element 1, you know, has a pointer to some data, and then a pointer to the next, to the previous set of data, and a pointer to the next piece of data. It's like, So it's just it's just pointers all around? Question mark? You know? My things are just like, oh, this value has this value. Amazing. Government funded VTuber that disappeared. Besides more ammo. Yeah. Government funded VTuber. What's a government funded VTuber? Are you talking about like a Samsung kind of thing? Like I know didn't Samsung come out with like their own VTuber at one point? I'm curious. What's a government-funded VTuber? Wasn't like Netflix had their own VTuber? I remember seeing that story somewhere. I wonder if this is using the same base view, by the way. Something seems weird here. Something seems weird. So let's do one of these. We can check to see how many times this runs. So we'll hit the breakpoint. Boom. Oh, we hit it twice. Wait, no. We hit it once? Hold on. Of an actual VTuber funded by the Chinese government? Oh, well, there's your first problem, is that they were funded by the Chinese government. Sounds like a bad time. IMO. That's interesting, though. Interesting. Nah, that's... That's the kind of content I just randomly scroll YouTube for. I'd watch that. This is tough, man. This is tough. Scripts. Base view gets scripts. You know what? I need to check to see here. So, in my thing here, this is scripts ID 1311. So let's remember that. This is for the model view as well. So, boom, boom. Is this the same script? It is the same script. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Now we need to check. Is it the same base view? So it's script 1311, base view 1450. Then we go on to the next one, base view 1539, script 1311. That's why it's confused. That's why it's confused. Well, back to writing. Don't forget to hydrate. I'll try not to. Give me another hydrate. Good luck on your research, Moku Moku. Much appreciated for redeeming the hydrates. Drink some more water. Oh no, I'm almost done with my water bottle. So why is this script the same? I wonder if this is a bug. So script, base view gets script. Base view name. I feel like that's a bug. So if I take out this part here in model.xml, you know, let's just we'll grab everything here, comment this out. So this is the original. We get rid of the script attributes, run it. We won't run into any errors. Hopefully. Send it. Non-existent function and base setup. This isn't tracking XML. Hold on, that's wrong. So it breaks as expected. What did I do? Tracking.gd. This is setup. What did I do? Model.gd. This is setup. Did I not? What? Oh, it's because I didn't define. No, I did define. Hold on. I thought this worked. Let's try this one more time. Non-existent function in base control setup. Hey. What is C view, by the way? C view, current view. I remember. Now. data has a script. So let's take a look inside of here. Data, this is dictionary size 2, tracking.gd. So if it has scripts, then we try to open this part, right? So base view gets scripts, bum bum. Then we reload it. Do we need to reload it twice? Is that it? Or actually, is it something like this? So if we do one of these, and by one of these, I mean we're going to go do it here in VS Code, just so I have a bit more control on how it all works. So let's see. Yeah, no more call deferred. Apparently I don't need to call deferred. I don't know. Maybe I always try to call deferred when in doubt. When in doubt, just call deferred. It's always a bit scary to just try to run this all at once. So you do base view, add child left. One of these. Well, we just need to do this. Replace all of these so everything is more or less synchronous. Base view, add a child, right. And then finally floating, which actually is not yet implemented, but it's there, just waiting to be implemented. I don't really, well, actually I do have a reference for how I would implement a floating view at this point. Yeah. Let's see. So the reference for a floating view is actually the code for displaying the licenses, which is neat. So I think I could probably do something similar for, you know, just like the general UI views. I think that's a good idea. Because they work pretty much the same way, right? Yeah, they even work almost the same way here. In terms of, you just add things to it. And it's pretty much just like a V-box, right? This UI system, this kind of custom UI system I've got going on here only works if you have a list that's, you know, top to bottom, really, or if you have, I guess, a static amount of things, right? A static amount of lists that are top to bottom. So you have a left list that's top to bottom, a right list that's top to bottom, and then there's the floating window somewhere that is also just top to bottom. So I don't know if it's a good idea or not. Here, this is tough. This is tough. Do I need to reload twice? I thought I didn't. I thought I only needed to reload once, but maybe I need to reload twice. Non-existent function. I don't know. We can do this. So we can just print out script source code. I know that we have the source code. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, I think you do need to do this asynchronously. This is one of the few parts where you 100% do need to do it asynchronously. So let's yield base. This is like, we'll do like a get tree idle frame. One of these. You would think that'll work? I'm dying. I'm dying. Script. Where's my local variable script? You're not gonna give it to me? That's very sad. Very sad. Hey. So I know the script exists, but it's not allowing me to call setup just like that. What if we just do call setup? Okay. Non-existent function call via setup. Sure. Alright, now we need to Now we need to actually look at everything. So where is my script? This is the script. Okay, cool. You're not gonna give me anything. So print script.source code. That's weird, right? You can see the output here is that it's there. It's there. And then if I add it back to model.xml, I don't think that this makes a difference. So in model.gd, right, we have just, this is a test print in model GD. It's weird. Oh, that's weird. See? It worked the first time, but then the second time it doesn't work. That's very bizarre, but then it also does not really complain about the already in use thing because it's a different script, I guess. That's weird. So I guess I need to null it. What is a script? I need a way to drop the resource, basically. Is there a way for me to keep state false? Keep state false. 100%. So a resource. Is there a way for me to just send it? like I no longer want you to exist. So maybe let's do it from the editor and see what happens. So I don't think we need this. Reload doesn't really appear to have done anything. Set script. Set script, which is a reference, assigns a script to an object. You know what? You know what? I think I got it. Yeah, it's because it's using the same script. So if you try to set multiple scripts at the same time, it will break. So what if we do script dot free? Actually, I think that'll break. Yeah. Attempted the free reference, yeah. And also because we're trying to print this out here. So I know that it does contain all the stuff I care about, right? Script base view gets script. What if we do one of these? So these are presumably all using the same script instance. So what if we do script, which is equal to like a script dot new. Get rid of this, right? And then the script source code, blah blah blah. Possibly, it might work. High hopes. Oh. Invalid. Hey. Okay. Oh, do I need to duplicate this? So since it is a resource, right? No, you can't duplicate it. Okay. Well, I tried. I tried. Isn't there a duplicate? How do you duplicate a script? That's what I want. So base view get script returns the script instance or null if none is assigned. Oh. Hey. How do I copy it, right? So this is the object's script instance. That's tough, right? This is not exactly true. Script inherits from a resource. And then resource you can duplicate. Yes. You know what? I'm just gonna force it. I'm just gonna force it. Duplicate. Alright. Let's see how you like this, Godot. Huzzah! It works. Alright, so that's another bug down the drain. Alright, you know what? BRB. I do need to get another drink. Hello, hello. I'm back. Alright, so good news. Check this out. It looks like the best way to do it is to do get script, then you just kind of force the duplicate because it's not exposed in the Godot editor for whatever reason. A bit weird. Extend. Well, I know why it's actually not exposed, right? So if you go here and to get script, you can see that the listed type is actually a reference, which is weird. It should actually be a script object, and script objects will then give you the requisite resource function called duplicates if you want to be able to copy things. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so I feel like that's like a bug, but maybe I'm just dumb, and then maybe this is actually just like a really weird hack. But then again, most things in this kind of application are kind of really weird hacks. So what do I know, right? Maybe I'm the dumb one and I should get with the times, forehead. Anyways, now that everyone's gone, let's turn myself back into an anime girl. I think there is still an outstanding bug here where it will default your main light to just full strength every single time instead of trying to reset it to a more normal value. Anyways, hello, I'm now an anime girl. I should get around to just creating like like a Vroid model or whatever. Then it won't be very cool. Like if I was creating a model, it would just be like me, because I am a very bald man. If you couldn't guess from my voice. Let's see. Gonna get rid of a lot of these, easy. Look at this. Now it all runs on the same thread. Or it's all synchronous, not asynchronous. So, I'm not sure. This could cause crashing on some systems, maybe. Not sure. I mean, these all kind of just run during startup anyways, so. Hard to say. But here's the script. And so, unfortunately, we can see here that it's printing out 0. So what I'm trying to do is get the available webcams and then, you know, just kind of figure out where all of them are. That's tough though, right? Like get feed, I don't have any feeds. Get feed counts. Huh. So Godot doesn't have access to any of these camera feeds, which is tough. That's tough. So what if I do... I don't have access to any camera feeds, man. So I can't provide any options. That's tough. I need to think about that. This by... I think I'm going to keep this, by the way, so modifying. So this allows you... this is actually somewhat interesting. I haven't really seen any other projects do this, but these two files here are actually loaded at runtime, so they are not compiled to Godot bytecode. These are just raw interpreted files, which is neat, you know? So if you want to extend the application without recompiling the entire thing, you can do it. Yeah. I think like when I was talking, like apparently this application is doing things that people have no idea you could do in Godot, which is cool. Like one, transparent backgrounds. Some people don't know about that. 2 is hot reloading at runtime, which is something you can do. And now I've extended it so that it should work in pretty much every circumstance. Modifying. Anyways, we need to figure out this part. So is there... I guess like, this is something I need to ask someone about. Is camera feed? Feed is active. I don't have a camera feed. I feel like this is something that's really only available on. Oh, actually, hold the phone. I think I got it. So let's turn off tracking really quick. Goodbye. I am now static anime lady. Bring me back here. We can run the application again. Okay. So okay, what I was hoping would happen is that, you know, my current camera feed was being, I guess, it was taken by this application here. That was the hope. And so then once I stopped this camera feed, it would just give me access to, you know, the feed counts. But maybe that's just dumb. Yeah, it's still 0. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Let's run the tracker again, I guess. I tried. Oh. I thought I fixed this, by the way. So you are able to start and stop the tracker multiple times. I thought I fixed this. That's tough, man. Let's give it another try, I guess. So let's try to wiggle the model by loading. Yeah, okay. We'll wiggle it back. No, it's broken. It's interesting. That's interesting. Alright, there's still a lot of things I need to do. That's tough, man. That's tough. I'm trying. It's a hard life. Bring me back. Start the face tracker. Ready to duck again. So what other way do I have to get available webcams? Godot, get webcams. Camera server. Is there a way to access and display a webcam signal? So let's see. Let's drag this over here just so we all know what I'm talking about. You need to use GD Native in some cross-platform library. No. Absolutely not. Get camera image. Webcam add-on. No. That's tough, man. I think this will probably have to be... I know that if you run just raw OpenC face, one of these. Let me grab this. If you run this, you should be able to just pass in a tracking option. Say visualize, absolutely not. Let me see. Hey. It's one of these options. It's one of these options. Hey. Hey. Hold on. This is actually kind of scary to do on stream because it might actually just show my face. So this is... If OS name is Windows NT, I actually don't know what this will do on Linux. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know what this will do on Linux. I guess on Linux it'll just not do anything, huh? Yeah, I guess on Linux you kind of just out of luck if you're running on a laptop with an external thingy. Yeah, you'll just have to know which camera you want to use. Set camera ID or video file. So it defaults to 0. And I guess you'll just have to try to assume which one you want to use. Set this to 1. Hey. Hold on. You know what? Let's get a little spicy with it. Let's just do this live. Export. OpenC face folder. Nope. Folder. We'll go into OpenC face. So this is the redistributable that I, of course, redistribute with everything. Not able to ls the directory for some reason. What the heck? Is it because it's currently in use? Hold on. Stop tracker. Ooh, it's not able to look at the directory. Interesting. What's in here? What kind of forbidden knowledge is here? I actually have no idea what is going on. Just exit, I guess. We'll create a new one just in case. Just in case. So this is here, home directory, OpenC face, export OpenC face folder, send me OpenC face. That's so weird how I wasn't able to see anything. Anyways, oh, you know what? You know what? Is that this wasn't able to run, I think. I made a mistake when I... Yeah, you know what? The releases on GitHub are broken because I included the wrong folder. Good job, me. Good job. They're using the wrong thing. They're using this one. This is the Windows build. So I need to update the releases on GitHub so that they use the... just like kind of the raw Python build, which is more correct. Yeah. So I'll do that eventually. probably after the stream. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed, of course. Let me see, what is the code to run? I'm trying to remember. So it's, yeah, here we go. So there's a few options here that I don't want to do. Capture 0, yes. There's one thing I absolutely do not want to do. Yeah. Discard after, probably not. Port, probably not. We'll just use the default port. Hold on. List camera, no. Capture, yes. Detection, visualize. Absolutely not. Yeah, okay, but we'll just close my webcam for now. Because I'm a scared little baby that doesn't want to show their face on stream. Even though technically it's not too hard to actually find my face. Like, it's just available, more or less. Yeah, so let's see. Let's run, is it facetracker.exe? Nope. OpenCFace, this is the OpenCFace folder, right? Yeah. So we should have facetracker.exe. And then let's just do, I think it's just L, right? And then it'll quit, right? If I did I read that correctly? This is L. Set this to 1. 1. Nuts. Hey. Where is facetracker.exe? Facetracker.exe. Eh? Oh, right. Because this is bash. Yeah, okay. So what I can do here, at least for this application, is we can just run this argument here. So this is pretty important. So let's run the tracker one more time. Turn this on. Oh, of course. There's a regression, as there is in every good application. Once it gets advanced enough, we start regressing, because there's not enough tests. I need to get around to actually writing tests. What a pain. But here we go. Right, it's this command here, facetracker.exe/L1. Actually, can I run this at the same time while it's currently running? I can. Oh, I didn't even need to do all that. Yeah, so only output the names, that's fine, I don't care. Do I have access, does Windows have a sed alternative or awk? I think I probably want sed. I'm not familiar with either of those programs, but I know that those are probably what I want if I want to parse string outputs. It's hard to say. Let's go into, where is it? Here, tracking.gd. So since this is specific to OpenCFace GD, not VSS, I don't feel too bad about hard coding this part. So how this is gonna work is here. You can see here that if we have a script, which is this one we load at runtime. So we load it from the file. We replace the current script, of which there is no current script. Or I guess the current script is just empty, pretty much. So we copy it, duplicate it, load the file as text, null the script, reload the script so it's null. Then we reset the script with the new source code, and then we call the setup function here, which is our main entry point. Now here, camera server, for some reason Godot does not have access to just my raw camera stuff. I feel like that's a bug, but maybe this is like a mobile only kind of function. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think this piece of code here, actually, if you are, you know, a developer and you want to add modding support to your game, I think that would be, this is pretty much exactly what you want. Like you need to define some sort of modding API and then have some sort of entry points. And of course, I think the big part is that you cannot have text scenes. I think, because text scenes require like more or less like Godot resource paths. I'm not sure if text scenes, you can change text scenes to use relative paths, right? But you can't use, from what I understand right now, and I haven't really investigated it too much, is that you can only load in GD script files at runtime. Text scene files, especially if text scene files are using like images or whatever, PNGs, what have you, those will not work. Yeah, I could be wrong. But GD script files, I'm pretty sure, as long as you do everything via code, you know, go full, you know, I guess Minecraft with it, you know, it should just work. So you instance in, you load in all your images via code, should be fine, you know? Now this part is spicy. So I think I'm just going to implement this for Windows for now. This is tough. Let me see. This is in OpenCGD, so let's open that up. OpenCGD. This does need to be slightly optimized, I'll admit. Let's see. Let's store some functions on this, or I guess the option list. So let's have var camera options. So this will be some sort of array, and we'll initialize it as an empty array. And here's where this is the fun part. So we're copying over this stuff. So we'll do a match on the OS name. So there's Windows, and then of course there's OS X and or X11. And so I think if you're on OS X or X11, I think you're just SOL. Because it does not appear from this source code here, it does not appear like list cameras is implemented for other OSs. So I guess camera select is a Windows only for now, unless there's like an easy multi-platform library that I can use that also does not require me to recompile the engine. Of course, yeah, I mean there's a lot of them, to be sure, right? I'm sure Rust has something that can list each of your webcams and then, you know, print them out. Or even like a C++ library, 100%. I don't like doing C++. C++ is scary. I know how to do it. I just don't trust myself to do it. So let's grab all of this. This is a bit jank. I need like some sort of like executable helper, right? So I don't need to keep doing this, right? Since both of these are the same across both of these whatevers. Both of these are the same across both. Huh. And then I think we also need to, oh, this is wrong, by the way. Oh, keep that. So I remember this part. So executable path base directory, this is actually not correct in debug builds unless you, I guess, also have this folder, the OpenCPace folder, available wherever your Godot binary is stored, which I don't. So this is kind of a quick workaround for debug builds, but who cares? I think this will work, even though this script is loaded at runtime. It's hot reloaded. So we'll want to do OS execute exe path, and then what else do we want? we'll have a few options. And by a few, I mean it's just going to be this option here. So it's L, 1, I guess. It doesn't matter. We do need to store the output. So blocking, false, don't block. Wait, no, yes, we do want to block. Yes, block it. True. Then, wait. Path, arguments, blocking, outputs. This is outputs. Hold on. Oh, geez. Var, output. No. Here. At the very top, var, output, is equal to just an empty array. We don't care. But we do need to store the output in this. So it's weird, like the lower, the farther down in like the complexity structure that you get in Godot, the more it starts to use references for like storing outputs. Whereas I guess the higher level functions just return values, which is a bit weird in my opinion, right? Like the more low level you get, so like OS execute, of course, this is like one of the lowest level functions you can possibly get in Godot, because you're just executing a program on the user's computer. So, you know, by the way, kids, only run programs that you actually trust. Otherwise, you can get into these situations, which is, for example, one of these, right? So you can see here for OS X X11, it's actually like running command v python 3. So command checks to see if basically this exists, more or less. Anyways, what I'm saying is Godot is, the lower level you go into Godot, the more things the less things make sense the lower level you get. If you use Godot at a very high level, I think everything's really nice. Everything really makes sense, you know, everything more or less just returns values. The lower level you get, it's like, oh, this thing is passed by reference. Oh, geez. What am I doing with my life? And so let's do if outputs empty. So if not output empty. So what do we want to do here? If not output empty. Hey. What is your problem? Oh, this is inside of the match. Alright, so we have output. So if it is just OS X X11, we'll just have an empty array. So I think camera options, we'll just have it as 0. So this will just be default camera, right? And that's what I'm thinking I'll just do. Something I'll just do. So how do I do that? This is going to be camera options, append, default camera. Oh baby, I love it. I love it. Right, so here's the idea. Here's the idea. What did I change here, by the way? Oh, that's fine. Wait. No, that's fine. Yeah. Make that change. So here's the idea, is that inside of this function here, so in drop-down elements, right, based on the data bind that we pass in tracking.xml, so camera select, camera select, camera select, right? It's very easy, a very easy system to understand. I chose to separate out the data bind and the actual event because, I don't know, maybe you don't want to have the same data bind to your events, I don't know. we can change that in post. It's not hard, it's just code. But yeah, based on the data bind, we will, you know, decide to check several things. So if the data bind is, why am I saying bind like that? Bind. Data bind. Data bind. Bind. What is going on with my accent? bind. Why am I saying bind? Bind. Oh no, I'm starting to sound like a northerner. So if it's camera select, I kept saying bind, I got mind flooded. So camera select, so if it's camera select, then we'll go into containing view, and then we'll need to access camera options, and then, oh, that's tough actually. So now I'm kind of linking this script. I'm linking the element to an actual script, whereas before, everything was actually stored at the containing GUI level. Now it's contained at the kind of containing script level. It's a bit confusing. It's so hard being a solo dev. One of the few benefits of working in like a team at work, right, is that if you're not sure about how exactly you want to structure your program, you can just be like, hey, let me run this by you real quick, right? Let me, as I say, let me, can I use you as a rubber duck real quick? Can I rubber duck it off you? You know what I'm saying? Let me bounce an idea off you. Whereas right now, I just have me. I'm the rubber duck, which is, more or less just an echo chamber. So, I mean, it sounds good to me. But am I crazy? Do crazy people know that they're crazy? I think, maybe? Am I crazy? Is this just like the ramblings of a madman? Does this make sense? So we'll go into containing view. This is the containing view, by the way, which is a dynamically loaded script. Now, here, this is the hard part, right? Because now we're just we're doing some weird output stuff. So we need to check to see the output. This is the output, which is available cameras. We can ignore the first line. Actually, what does this return? So let's just print out output. Does this give me like multiple lines, or does this give me loins? Why am I saying loins? Lines. I'm just now starting to notice my accent. It doesn't sound like me. Who is talking right now? A containing view. Camera options. So let's just print that out. Options. So prints containing view options. So that should work, maybe. Who knows? Possibly. Please no crash. Huzzah! He's done it. What is this? What? What is the size of this object? Oh, that is bizarre. What? Oh, it's split across new lines. Like this is the entire output, and it has new lines included inside of it. What the heck? Who wrote this? That's crazy, dude. All right, so we need to do. Hold on. Wait. No. Yes. No. Yes. Huh? Wait. Wait a minute. Hold on. Something's not right. So in dropdown element, is this not getting called? Match data bind. Hey. What happens if I run this? Wait a minute. Go to tracking. Yeah, camera select. Then there's no selection button. Ooh, there is a button. There's an invisible button here that doesn't do anything. That's that's actually pretty cool. Probably not expected. Oh, because we're printing the size, so that's the one right there. Yeah. So let's do this. Oop, don't do that. Oop. So here we'll do camera options dot append array. Then this is going to be output split, hold on. Outputs dot dot 0. Then I can assume that this is going to be a string. And then we'll split it. Split by new lines. Does that work? Question mark? Maybe. And then this should give me, please don't crash. Yeah. See that? And then there's like the final new line, but we don't care about that. Yeah, so we can get rid of the first one, and we can get rid of the last one, I think. I want to say we can just assume that we can get rid of the first and last results, possibly. So if we do size here, right, the size should be 3. That's what I'm looking for, 3, yeah. And so here, what we can do is camera options. Let's just pop front. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll also pop back. Let's pop front and pop back, right? Camera options, pop back. Beautiful. So now we just have the 1. And so if you're running on Windows, this should give you just the one webcam that you have. Yeah. Now we're thinking. And so here, match data bind. We have the pop-up menu, and then we also are able to access we're able to access this dynamically loaded script. It'll just be included for whatever reason. And so if you want to change how this works, you can do it. I actually kind of really like the idea of like a lot of this GUI stuff just being modifiable by the user. I actually really like that idea. I don't know why, but I know it's a bad idea. Like, I think honestly, in good software, it should take away options that the user doesn't need. But, you know, I don't know. I think if you're using this piece of software, you probably want the configurability of something more complicated, right? So let's see. I guess this is fine. Let's add a note. So first output is available cameras. Last output is an empty string. Yeah, there we go. And then inside of this function here, so this is the actual drop-down elements. So I need to think, what is menu button? What is this going to look like? I think menu button needs to have like a... Alright, what overrides do you have, I guess? So you're just like a fancy button, I suppose. So if we go into assets, styles, main theme, and then we can add something for a menu button. Yeah, there we go. So let's add all the requisite button stuff, I guess. So this is the menu button. Yeah, no. We don't want that. We want to have style box. Let's try to load in. This is just main style box. Pressed. Let's quick load. I like this quick load thing. So pressed. So this is just going to be... This is going to be very similar to how just regular buttons work. So disabled. Disabled doesn't really need to have one, but... So there's hover. Oh, there is a hover, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, there's the hover. Hover style box. Yeah, and then focus. What did I do for focus? Focus is also hovering. Nice. hover. Yeah, so if we load in everything now, I mean, it's still gonna look the same, but now there's no button. Ah! You're killing me, dude. You're killing me. You know what? Menu button. Get rid of the label. No more label. So this label text will be menu button dot text equals label text. Yeah! That's why there's nothing showing up. This is slightly more correct. So this is camera select. I suppose, like, I need to make it obvious that this is like a different button, I guess. Does that make sense? So what if I do this? I wrap this inside of another panel container, I guess, right? So like double panel container it, just so it's obvious that this is something that you can click on. So panel, slap this inside of here. Panel container, size flags, expand. And then the menu button's inside of that, right? So this is now panel container, menu button, something like that. And then we'll do this. Yeah, see, now this looks like an actual button. And then there's no options, of course. So now here, we can see that we are printing out the one view. So matching the data bind, not too hard. We'll do pop up menu, add item. Is it just add item? Add item. So the string is going to be, what if I don't add an ID? An ID can optionally be provided as one accelerator. If no ID provided, well, one will be created from the index. If no accelerator is provided, the default 0 will be a... What's an accelerator? Get item accelerator. Returns the accelerator of the item at index IDX. Accelerators are special combinations of keys that activate the item no matter which control. Ooh, interesting. I don't need that though. Let's do for item in, for option in camera options, right? We'll do pop-up menu dot add item. No, just add option, right? It doesn't matter. Hey, oh, it's containing view dot camera options, right? Yeah, how neat. So the big problem is that once we get into, I guess, VSS stuff, is how will we handle how these are shown? I'll need to have like some sort of, I'll at some point I'll need to add some sort of if statement logic to this, being like, yeah, some of these are only visible if, you know, this tracking backend is available. That's tough. That's something I need to discuss with somebody. That's the idea I came up with. There's probably a better solution. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. This should just work now. Look at the tracking. Camera select. Look at that. We just have a pop-up menu. We can select it, nothing happens. Oh baby. You'll love to see that. Now, we need to hook up the signal. So ID pressed, or is it indexed? Emitted when an item of some ID is pressed or its accelerator is activated, or emitted when an item of some index is pressed or its accelerator is activated. What's the difference? So I need some way to get an item by ID or item by index. So get item ID or get item, okay, so there's both of them. Okay, cool. So inside of drop down element, let's actually do drop down element here. So we can get rid of most of these. Drop down elements, right? So pop-up menu, we need to do, about to show we don't care about. This one we do care about, so we do pop-up menu, connect, ID pressed, self on ID pressed, right? And then in the connections, we'll do func on ID pressed. So we'll get an ID, some sort of integer, right? All that good stuff. And then whenever we press something, you know, of course we can just print it out. Easy, right? Now let's test it out, you know. Hopefully we'll just be able to test this really quickly. So I select this will print out 0. Phenomenal. Printed out 0. There was an error though. Method not found. Oh, okay, it's this part. That's fine, that's fine. Right, so now there should be no errors. Right, when I click on this, it should give me a 0. There we go. And then if you have more than one webcam, then you should be able to see different IDs. Very nice, very nice. So let's do this. Actually, I need to cache the pop-up menu, I think. So pop-up menu, some sort of pop-up menu, and now this is shadowing. So let's get rid of this. So now we have the pop-up menu just available to us, which is nice. So pop-up menu, get ID, get item, what is it called? This is get item, I just want to get the item. Get item text, and you need the index. Excuse me? Okay, so, excuse me? Okay, sure, index pressed. Let's do index pressed. Index pressed. And then this needs to be on index pressed. So always try to keep these two things in sync, otherwise you'll have a very bad time trying to debug. This one is get item text. Oh, please, I don't want to look at the string, good sir. Get item text. This is get item text. And then this is going to be some sort of IDX, print IDX, get item text, IDX. So that's really easy. Let's just print it really quick just to make sure that we're doing everything correctly. Because remember that we're hooking all of these up more or less half dynamically. It's a bit weird. Yeah, HD Pro webcam. And then because this is made specifically for OpenSea Face, I think I can guarantee that OpenSea Face will give you the appropriate camera integer as the first number. Although I have not tested this on too many other computers. I think that should be fine. I think that should be fine. So let's go into, you know what? I think this is, that's tough. That's tough. I think I do need to refactor this into a pub sub format. So that might be a fun project. And by fun, I mean tedious. Everything is more or less set up to be hooked up to a pub sub, which is nice, right? Everything is more or less, you know, signal based. So if I change this to a pub sub of formats, the only things that I'll really need to change are, I guess, like I don't really need to deconstruct everything at this level anymore, although I still could. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I am slowly convincing myself to move over to a pub sub format though. Yeah. Because this is just tedious. Right, because I have so many elements, but only some of them share signals. Right, so like I think main light has 2 subscribers, world environment has 2 subscribers, so I think that's actually pretty ideal for a pub sub. And since I'm also making each element pretty much like emit a custom event, I think that's another good case for a pub sub. So Right now, if you try to emit an event that does not exist inside of the signal broadcaster, the application will just kind of error out. Whereas a pub sub, it'll just publish to nobody, which is fine. So let's see. I think this is a good first step though. This is a good first step. So we go to button elements.gd. Let's see, on index pressed. Let's do this really quick. So emit this thing. This will be caught, and then someone who subscribes to it. Yeah, so we'll do this as a really quick placeholder for drop-down elements, and then I'll need to refactor this entire signal broadcaster stuff into a pub sub, and then we'll have another element, say like here, like under camera or maybe above camera select, right? So there'd be like current camera selected, and we'll have it as just like 0. And then you click on camera select, it gives you this option here. It's like, oh, okay, we only have the one option. Ah! Broadcast. What? Oh, it's event name. Hold on. Event name, and then, hold on. Event name. This is get item text, and then how do I get just the... Can I just get the first integer? So if we go to signal broadcaster, hold on really quick. This is not good, you should not do this, but we're doing it. This is a string. And so it emits a signal, no one listens to it, but that's fine. So print value. So we're printing value in the signal broadcaster really quick for testing purposes. So we go to tracking, camera select, boom, debugger. Method expected 1 argument, but called with 2. Who did this? Why would you do this? Emit signal. Hey. Oh, it's because you need to do it like this. So boom, 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 like so. Possibly. Send it one more time. It's a bit slow to start up since we do need to regenerate the entire GUI every single time. Alright, there we go. So it's working. So just remember that we do need to send this as a tuple. Gotta love a tuple. This is painful though. So it's 0, right? 0, and then I can guarantee all the other data points. I need to think about the way this is structured. That's tough. That's tough. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm over time by a few minutes. So also check this out. We can go back to stream stuff, stream intro. This is the intro stream. It's the thing. So stream intro with tracking. Look at that. The transition's a bit jank, but we'll get around to it. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live tomorrow from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, working on something. It might be the space tracking stuff, since I think I know what I need to fix now, or it might be a game. We'll see how I'm feeling, you know. We'll see how hard work has been on me. It's hard to say. But anyways, you know, peep the socials. I have a Discord open if you want to ask questions or need technical help with the face tracking application that you can kind of see here. I have, you know, pretty much everything that I'm running right now is available on GitHub. So the little duck, that's available on GitHub. Let's go back to the chroma key. This application, Friendly Potato Stream, this is available on GitHub as well under the name Friendly Potato Stream. This is not actually a Stream Avatars thing. This is just my own custom thing written in Godot. hooked in with channel point rewards. So, you know, if you need like a one-stop shop for everything. And if you want physics enabled, whatever these are, you got it. And yeah, you know, I have a Twitter, I think that's pretty much all my socials. I have an itch.io where I upload completed Game Jam games and other just oddities like a programming language I wrote in GD scripts, etc. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. It'll be live tomorrow, 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. Come check me out then. I will see you later. Goodbye.